So I finally upgraded my tank. I used to have I still have a 48 gallon, and it was a 36 by 18 inch by 18 inch tank. And the footprint for these Mbuna, it was starting to get pretty small because these guys are starting to grow out. I've had them for like 2.5 years. So I've had them since they were juveniles. They've all grown up together. They were very tiny, and that was plenty of space for them back then. But they really needed to be in a bigger tank. And so I got this 75 gallon, which the footprint is 48 inches by 18 inches deep by 21 inches high. And it's a lot more space. I mean, when you look at both of them, I'll show a picture of that. When you look at both of them, I mean, it's so much bigger. These guys have so much more room. And I've noticed like a lot of like more, I would say, natural behavior. Like, I'm not a expert, but I do see that they show together more. They just behave a little bit differently when they have more room. And what I did with this tank is since my water is already hard, my water comes out of the tap around an 8 or 8.1 pH, which is fantastic for keeping African cichlids. They love that higher pH. So I went with the black sand just because my pH is so high. And I used this river rock that I had in my backyard. And I have quite a bit of this river rock, as you can see. I made sure that I had a lot of tunnels for everybody. You can see my yellow lab back there. Well, this little guy needs to move out of the way. But you can see, yeah, there he is. He just found his new hiding spot back in there. I've had this set up for probably about a week now. And just a few things that I realized. My lighting's a little odd right now, but I bought this stand on Amazon. And it got a lot of good reviews because it has this steel. But what I did notice is this is particle board. I didn't feel completely comfortable when I was putting it together because after I put it together, I noticed that it moved a little bit. And now, I mean, it really doesn't move at all because what I did is I secured it to the wall. I drilled this piece of wood, painted it black, and drilled it into the studs. And then I have a piece here that connects to the top of the stand and goes into the stud that's screwed into the wall. And there's no movement at all now, which makes me feel a lot better. I mean, because this is like 700-800 pounds. So that kind of worried me a little bit. And then I noticed, I thought it was uneven because I don't know if you can see here, but the water line's a little lower on the right-hand side. But when you take a level to it, it's perfectly level. So I was worried that there was going to be like stress on the tank, but there isn't. It's just that top piece, this black rim, is a little further down on this side for whatever reason than on the right side. It's just like, I don't know, I guess the way that they glued it or something. So I decided to go with 2 heaters in there. They're both rated for, I think, like a 30 to 60 gallon. I keep this around like 77 degrees. I keep it like a degree or 2 cooler just so there's like less aggression. But even though my fish, the yellowtail ACI, they're not aggressive. They're probably one of the least aggressive Mbuna fish that are out there. And in here I have the Fluval FX4 over here in the corner. And then I have a Seachem Title 110 on this side. And then I used a little, you can see the intake for the Title 110 wasn't coming down far enough, so I used this little piece of tube to extend it. And then I have a big Wavemaker pointing at the top just to get a lot of surface agitation for these fish. And then I have hornwort in the middle. And I've never really been able to keep hornwort that looks this good in a high pH tank. It's not that the fish bother it. It's just that the hornwort doesn't grow as good in a high pH tank that it does in like a lower pH tank. I didn't know if it was the pH or if it was like, I don't know, too much nitrates. It's not that I have a lot of nitrates in here, but it's definitely higher than if you would have like tetras or something like that. But in my smaller tank, which I have over here, now this is where they came from in this tank. And I set this up, and you can see I have some yellow labs in here. There's 4 female yellow labs that I'm growing out before I put in this tank. And so I think this tank looks pretty nice. I painted the back in black paint, and that Sirius stone And I just have just one Seachem Title 110 on top there. And oh man, that's plenty for these 4 little ladies. I don't have any hornwort in here, but back to what I was saying about the hornwort is I started dosing my tank with the Seachem Flourish, just like 1 tab full a week, and it just maintains. I mean, the hornwort looks gorgeous in here. It's a very vibrant color. It usually always like fades out, but this looks amazing. And let me show you some hornwort in another tank that I have. So if we come over to here, check out all this hornwort. I mean, this looks, I mean, it's starting to like get a little unruly in here, but I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know. I painted this tank, the back of it black. I used to have it see-through, but I kind of like it black. I think it makes the fish pop more. I just have some neon tetras in here along with some ember tetras. There's what, probably like 25 or 27 of them in there. And I have some Java Fern and Anubias there in the background. Same thing, black sand, river rock. And this hornwort, now I've had hornwort in tanks like this before, and it's done fine because I just thought it was like the higher pH of the Mbuna tank, but I guess it's not. I don't know really what it was, but I dosed this too. And this, I think this looks amazing. Like it's like growing these little like buds. I don't know if you can see that. It's like growing like little buds. Now some people hate hornwort, but I don't mind it because it just keeps, I think it keeps the tank really clean. So back over to the Mbuna tank. Now that I have this set up, I don't know how I feel about the black sand. I thought it looks amazing when the yellow labs are out because you have black sand, a black background, they really stick out. But the yellowtail ACI, I don't feel like they stand out as much. So if I set up another tank, I don't know if I would do it again with the black sand if I'm going to have like blue fish, because I don't think they pop as much. They look a little bit better on camera here. There's like more lighting than there looks like in real life. I mean, their yellows do pop, and it could be just the way that I'm lighting it as well. And I was thinking about doing different African cichlids in here, like the yellowtail ACI, the yellow labs, and possibly the rusty cichlid. I still might do that, but I don't want to overpopulate this. I'm thinking like maybe 16 max, because these guys all get along pretty well. There's not a lot of aggression in this tank. There is some chasing. That's the female and male that have mated right back here. And you can see I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 Wavemakers. Most of them are very small, just to get all the detritus off the sand there. My heater fell down there. I need to fix that. Yeah, but I can tell that these guys really love it. They're just acting differently. They're swimming around a lot more. They just needed more space.